talking before about some of the curriculum aspects of this, and you had we're interested in. Well, I don't want to take words out of your mouth, but why don't you explain like what aspects of jump you find interesting from your perspective?
Since I was on the writing team for the Common Core, it's always nice to be careful to say I'm not speaking ex cathedra on things that I say, but I will get into what interests me. One thing I wanted to say first is that the world is different now in education because we have a shared vision, expectations, and goals. And one of the things that makes possible is a rational instructional materials market where people make decisions about things based on what works. And one of the things maybe not a lot of people know about John is that he's very committed to research and revision. He talks a lot about finding out what's working, and as a nonprofit publisher, he also uses his power and latitude to learn from what works and what doesn't. And in a world with shared standards, that kind of attitude is extremely valuable. So I want to thank you for that. John and I, most of our conversations are about randomized controlled trials, not about math. But I did actually, the first time, and now I'm putting a face to a name, the first time I heard about John was reading your article that you mentioned. And so I went to look at it, and here I'll find the example. So in kindergarten, you want students to be able to know which number is bigger than another number, like 3 and 7. It's easy to think that what you do is you write this scribble, a hieroglyph like a 7 and a hieroglyph 3, and you just demand that the kid tell you which one's bigger. But if you put yourself in the mindset of the child, that symbol is an abstraction of something. And so when I went and looked after reading the article, I saw there were many jumps to get to the point before you're flashing these hieroglyphs in front of the students. And it started off, one jump was, I think there was a gorilla, and there were some bananas on one side, bananas on the other side, and it said, which side does the gorilla want? and so in a way, in a kind of a pre-mathematical way, we began to build the reference for the eventual abstract task. And even kindergartners have to do abstract tasks in math. So I don't know many people who obsessively zoom in on the learning progression the way John does. When the standards go, they set a pace, which is grade by grade, but within the grade, they depend on people to think about how we get from A to B. And there's a lot of work to be done there in figuring that out. So that was an example of a small jump. And John talked about a continuum between rote instruction and pure discovery. In a way, those are both straw men. But the standards don't take a position on that kind of thing. They're consistent with different approaches. But to the extent that the standards have ideas in them, we need ways to work with kids on ideas. Math is a discipline of ideas. Having those really small jumps, John also talked about the confidence that comes from making those small jumps successfully. And I believe in that. I think that confidence is really important in math, and math makes cowards of us all. It's those of us who go into math, and John's a mathematician, we know math is hard for everybody. And to some extent, becoming a mathematician, or a physicist in my case, is a decision to embrace what humiliates you. It's not that it's super easy for us. It's that we have a certain resilience that allows us to keep knocking our head against that wall. So that's a good thing to building kids. And confidence matters in math in a couple of ways. There are group effects. And John will tell you that his program and any good program is not between the covers of the book. It's in terms of the classroom and the way the way the humans in the system are operating. And so John designs for those kinds of group effects. And so confidence in math, there are almost two flavors of it. One is conceptual. It's like, I get it. That's very motivating. And another is, I can do it. John talked about consolidating and practicing. I'm in a lot of debates about math. They call it the math wars, and I think it's because for every question there's a separate war. And one of them is about, do we need to practice, or is that drill and kill? These are all, the middle ground is and artful balances are often, I think, the way to go.